Hello there.
Hello there.
It's been a little while. I just wanted to do a very quick video today, and it will be only a very quick video just to give you my first thoughts on the Matt Halpern signature pack, the Periphery 5 drums. I am so excited for this. So why am I making this video? Okay, so I like to try out different drum VSTs. I do it quite a lot. Every time a new one comes out, I try to snap it up. So I thought I'd do like a little series on trying out different kits. So this one came onto my radar a few days ago, and I'm super excited by this one because it's just the latest and greatest, and just trying it out on the kit for the first few times, I'm already super excited about it. So I want to show you what it looks like, how it sounds, the different settings you can use, and my experience with it so far. Okay, so into Ableton we go, and this is how it looks. I am absolutely just shocked. It's so cool. This is not a sponsored video in any way. I just bought it and I thought, you know what, if people want to try this thing out or hear what it sounds like, maybe I can give you a glance into it. So first of all, the look of this thing alone is unreal. It is super nice. You can see that on each cymbal we have choices. We can choose between stuff. We can obviously click around the kit, but we'll get to that in just a second. Let's take a look at the overall UI. So we have the keyboard down here at the bottom. We have master and the reverb kind of mix here on the left. CPU scaling, low, medium, and high. I have played with the software for the last few days now, so I know my way a little bit around it. I'll be able to tell you about each little thing as we go. Okay, up here at the top you can see we have full kit. We have kick, snare, toms, cymbals, settings, groove player, and about. So first of all, kick. You can see here on this mixer we have got quite a nice little channel strip. So we have a solo and mute. We have pan either way. We have the slider here for kick in. We also have kick out. We have overheads, mono, which is nice to add to this, and then we also have two different rooms here as well. So two different room tones actually do sound very different. Over to the snare tab now, we have a similar looking UI. We have the snare top and bottom this time. We have the overheads, and then the same mono room 1 and 2. I've played with this quite a lot, and you can really dial in some awesome sounding snares. So toms here in the tom section, we have the rack tom and then 2 floor toms, again just on their own individual sliders. These sound amazing, by the way. Overhead mono, same thing with the rooms. They're already pre-panned, but I've kind of edited this a little bit. Into the cymbals tab now, you can see we've got all of the separate mics for different cymbals. Then we have a general one for overheads, and then once again the mono and the rooms. I think the most exciting thing about this for me so far is having this turbo knob over here on the side. I've loved playing around with this thing ever since I heard the turbo turned all the way up on one of the kits that Nolly shared on his video. So finally we have settings, and we have this area to record your different drums in so that it knows where you're hitting and make sure everything's in the right places. We have a velocity curve, which you can change globally or you can change on their own. So I've actually picked up the snare because my kick pad is a little bit dodgy. Something I've found very handy as well so far is this section here, the cymbal mixer. You can actually turn down the individual cymbals in the overheads and the mono channels, which has been super helpful because I've noticed that sometimes my hats have been a bit too loud, and I've brought them down in the mic level, but they've been too loud in the overheads, so then I've been able to bring them down in here too. And obviously then onto the rooms, exactly the same thing. In the groove player, we're going to have a bunch of packs where we can come in and choose from preset beats. And what's great about these little MIDI files here as well is that you should just be able to drag and drop them straight into your session if you're not a drummer yourself. And obviously everything else you can just draw in MIDI. Finally, in the about section, we've got welcome to the family and thanks and so on. So let's actually listen to the kit now. As I said, it's only supposed to be a short video. I've made my own preset. I called it Sleep Token because the snare is super high pitched and it kind of sounds a lot like that Sleep Token sound. But I want to show you the differences between the snares. One thing I will say, I only have 2 cymbals on this kit over here, but I have different zones. So I've actually zoned the middle of the cymbals to be crashes, left and right, and then the edge of the cymbals to be on the right hand side is the china, and on the left hand side is this awesome stack over here. So before playing the kit, I just want to click around and show you what this thing sounds like. So we have kick, snare. Oh, That is the mid snare. We have rack tom. We have, and then the 2 floor toms here. All the same. And then the cymbals themselves, we have these super classic looking Meinl Byzance Foundry Reserve crashes. These are expensive cymbals. We have a nice little 10-inch Byzance Splash. 15-inch Meinl Byzance hi-hats. They spoke a lot in the videos online about this specific cymbal here because it has a really nice ride quality and a really nice crash as well. So the bell of the ride is actually a separate cymbal altogether, which is this down here, which I actually found really handy when programming. Sounds awesome too. And finally, we have the trashy section over here on the side. This China sounds just absolutely amazing, especially when playing it on the kit. And lastly, we have the stack, which again sounds good. Oh, there's also stick clicks too. So it's all good and well just clicking around the drums and cymbals, but how does it actually sound when you play it on a MIDI kit, and how well does it work? In the snare settings, we have the same snare, but 3 different tunings. We have mid, high, and low. So let's have a listen, and I'm going to show you how that sounds right now. The only odd thing that you might realize about my drum kit that's behind me right now is that I've had to move the snare down to one of the floor toms. Now, I'm not too sure if this is something to do with my kit, or if it has something to do with the processing, or something to do with this software specifically. I don't think it is. But it turns out that if I have my snare in the actual snare position, sometimes when I hit it, it just wasn't registering properly. I've tried this with addictive drums as well, which you can also see is here on the screen, and it doesn't seem to have any issues whatsoever. So I'm pretty sure it has something to do with processing. It's probably something on my end. It's not going to be something that everyone's going to have an issue with, basically. So let's have a listen to what this sounds like, and this is going to be with the signature 14x6 mid-tuned snare. This, you can tell it's mid-tuned because of the little gold rim. Due to audio problems, I'm recording all of the drum stuff on another day, so this is what they sound like. This is the mid snare. Okay, so now we're looking at the high pitch snare, which is very, very Sleep Token like. Okay, and finally, we are going to do the low one now. Low snare. Okay, let's see what that China sounds like.
China, 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 China.
It's very easy to map here. Settings, find where it says China,
China,
which is here. You see China crash, you hit the little record, and then that's done. We'll have a listen to that stack as well. Ooh. Be trying to do double kick with the left hi-hat pedal. Okay, so that is the kit, and apologies that this is just such a short video today. I really just wanted to show you how this thing works, what it looks like to the people who are thinking about buying it. I do have to say, if you're thinking about getting it, you should get it. It's awesome. It's probably the best sounding drum VST I've actually ever heard. So super psyched about this. Okay, so if you made it this far into the video, I'm sorry that this is such a short one today, but if you could please drop me a like and a follow, a subscription, that would be amazing and make my day. I'm going to have much more drum content coming up just like this, but in a much longer form, hopefully next time. So thanks everybody so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.
How could I dislike China?